the What's Up in Makeup chat. I'm so excited to be bringing you my drugstore eyeshadow palette collection today. I have a ton of them. I have a lot of them that are good and a lot of them that are just not good. And I have some that are okay, I just never reach for them. So I want to kind of categorize them in different ways so you can kind of get my impressions on them, and so you know whether it's something that you would like to purchase or not. So I'm going to take just a second to move the camera. So if you get dizzy really easily, look away from the camera for a second because I'm about to move you, okay? So look away for a second. I'll tell you when it's over. All right, you're moving, you're moving, you're moving. All right, I'm trying to go slow so that I don't make anybody sick. All right, so here is my drugstore eyeshadow palette collection. That's what we're going to be going through. There's some other palettes in here that I want to talk about that we didn't talk about in the high-end one last week that we'll touch on. But those are the palettes we're going to focus on today. So now I'm going to move you again. All right. Nail polish. Maybe we should do a nail polish collection video. That would take forever to like set up and forever to put away. So I don't know about that. All right, so that is what we're dealing with. I'm going to take a second to say hello to the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as the people in the live chat. I'm so thankful that they're here, and I'd like to take just a second to connect with them. If you are here watching on the replay, you are also part of the collective brain. The way you're going to participate is by putting comments down below this video so that we can read them and appreciate your point of view. The whole point of the collective brain is for all of us to work together so that we spend less money on things that are terrible and our good hard-earned money on things that are really, really good. So anytime you share your opinions, your experiences about a product, you are part of the collective brain and you are helping the community. So I thank you so much for that. So let me take a second to say hello to the people that are here live. I'm going to pause it. Hold on, they're coming. Okay, so live chatters, we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way up to the top and say hello to the people that were here first. Sarah is here. Good morning. She says she's watching instead of listening in at work. She's homesick. Oh no, Sarah, I hope you feel better soon. Daniel is here. Hi, Daniel. And Snape's Honey is here. Good morning. And let's see. Tabitha is here. My eyes are not focusing today. Let me pull this, see if I can pull this up a little bit or make it bigger or something. There we go. All right. Pullin is here. Pullin, maybe Pullin. That sounds more real. Sarah, good morning to you. And let's see. Sorry for the weird noises. Lil Hammer is here. Happy post-peach Sunday to you. Hello, Dubs One. I'm glad to have you here live. Good morning, Tanya. First time here. Glad that you're here. And Patricia is here. Stephanie A is here. Good morning. Let's see. Kristen is here. I don't know where that noise is coming from. Melissa is here. Gina is here. And did I say Steph? If I didn't say Steph, hello, Steph. And Ashley. Okay, and that's where we're going to stop for today as far as saying hello to the collective brain. I want to thank everybody that's here. I appreciate all of you, but it'll take me half an hour to say hello to everybody. Hello, Teresa. Okay, so first news is that somebody commented on the What's Up in Makeup video that the peach palette, the Too Faced peach palette, is not going to be available at Ulta on the 20th. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that was announced by somebody in the comment section, so we'll see whether that's accurate or not. They didn't say where they found out that information, but they said that Too Faced announced that, which would make me super, super sad. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. We heard the 20th. So until we hear otherwise, then, you know, go with that. We're hoping it's still the 20th. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the drugstore palette. Let me go ahead and start with NYX. We're going to start with a really good one. This is the NYX Go-To palette, La Palette Indispensable, and then this is called Wanderlust. This is actually a really, really, really good eyeshadow palette. Pullin, there we go. That's okay. Pullin, it's not foreign because in the country that you live in, it is probably a very common name. So maybe it is different for me, but that doesn't mean that it's, you know, I think Americans are very egotistical sometimes with things like that. So thank you for spelling it out for me. Pullin, got it. It's a very pretty name. Okay, back to the eyeshadow palette. I could go off topic for a minute on that because sometimes Americans really make me upset and their ignorance toward people that live in other countries. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. so anyway, so this is actually a really, really nice palette. It applies beautifully to the eyes. This is probably one of the best NYX eyeshadow palettes I've ever used. NYX eyeshadow palettes are very hit and miss for me. This one is definitely a hit. I'm going to swatch some of my favorite shades here. This one kind of reminds me of in the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, but without the undertone. It's wonderful. Comes with a blush, a highlight, a blush, and then a bronzer. Some people may be able to use this for a contour. And let's just swatch the blush. It's very orangey coral, but I like it. I think it looks nice. And okay, hold on a minute. I have an old swatch from last night on my hand that I need to get off of there. But those are finger swatches. Of course, that's different than a brush swatch. Maybe I should do brush swatches. I think I did brush swatches last week. I should probably do brush swatches. Let's do brush swatches instead for the future palettes. So there you go. I mean, just really, really nice. Kind of wipe away some of this powder so that you can truly see it. It's very, very, very nice. Very summery. Yeah, so if you can get your hands on this, I definitely recommend it. The eyeshadows stay on all day long. They're just really, really nice, really easy to use. Another thing I want to use as a disclaimer, I don't use drugstore as an excuse for something to be terrible. There's plenty of good drugstore eyeshadow palettes like this one. So anytime that an eyeshadow palette is terrible, it's a terrible palette. It's not even worth a drugstore price for me. I can't say, well, you know, you get what you pay for because, like, for example, this is like, I don't know if it's just as good as high-end just because I don't think the lasting power is there, but it's pretty stinking close. So there you go. Sarah says Emily Noel loves the NYX Avant palettes, and we're going to talk about one of those in a minute, and I completely agree with her. Let's go ahead and go into, let me see if I have any other NYX palettes. Okay, this one should not exist anymore. I was actually watching a video by Jessica over at Jam Beauty 89, and she said something, the video was something about, you know, things you can declutter right now. And one of them was that 88 shadow palette that you never reach for. And you never reach for it. This is one of those that I never reach for. Like, I've had this thing forever. This was my first set of NYX eyeshadows that I ever bought. Woo! And it goes like that. I was planning on doing that more eloquently, but you know, I mean, it's just got pretty much every color you could possibly want, and it's not a bad palette. It's really not. I mean, a lot of these shades are very workable, very usable. I really like it a lot. I just never reach for it because I have so many other things, you know? Like, if I didn't have a channel and I hadn't bought all these other palettes, this thing would probably be well used and well loved. The other thing is every time I've ever let my kids do my makeup, this is the palette that I let them use. So, you know, oh, you watched that. Julie said she watched that video. So yeah, it was really good. It was very interesting to hear her perspective on what things you can throw away right now. But yeah, one thing that's really weird is there's this random bright green in the middle of here. It's like, wait, was that a mistake? Like, it just doesn't match. It's like, which one of these is not like the other? Like, this is not. That's a weird choice. That was just a weird choice. It should have been like down here. And honestly, I think these shades are pretty much identical anyway. But anyway, so this is one that I never reach for, but it's not because it's bad. It's just because it's old and it's like an 88 palette. And I don't know. I just never, I never use it. I never use it. So I don't know whether I'm going to get rid of it or not. We'll see. We'll see. I have trouble letting that one go because I feel like it's a good one to have my kids do my makeup like for those kinds of videos. So I know. It was a great video. All right, let me see if I can find any more NYX real quick before we move on. We're going to kind of pop all over the place. I know I have a NYX Avant Pop in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here's the NYX Avant Pop. This is the 10 color shadow palette in Surreal My Heart. And I got this at Generation Beauty, and I am so thankful. This is a really nice palette. These are fantastic quality. There's definitely a disconnect between NYX's shadows. There are some that are very, very good and some that are very, very terrible. So this one here is very, very good. I've gotten rid of all the NYX palettes that I thought were bad. Like, the ones that I got that I did not like were the ones that were for certain cities, I believe, in the world. There was like the Love in Paris palette, the Love in Rio palette. Like, those did not work for me at all, like at all. And most of the eyeshadow palettes, there's also the ones that were like the bars. There was one that was like romance and it was like pink and white and gray. That one was terrible. You know, so, but these are really good. And that just really upsets me. I feel like Stila does that a lot. And I feel like Lorac does that sometimes, where they've got two distinct formulas and it's just annoying. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. So anyway, so just be careful of NYX eyeshadow palettes because some of them are really good and some of them are really, really terrible. All right, let's talk a little bit about Jessies Girl. This is the only Jessies Girl eyeshadow palette that I own. It is not good. If you know me, you know my love affair with the Jessies Girl liquid eyeliner. It's pretty much my favorite thing in the entire world. This is not a good eyeshadow palette. Let me swatch a couple of shades for you. They swatch, actually, you know what? I'm going to swatch them with a brush, because that's more logical. They just don't apply well. Let me see. They're powdery, they're chalky, they just don't do what they are supposed to do. They don't last well. That one actually looks pretty nice, brush swatch, but it's kind of what we're dealing with here. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous palette, but the lasting power is atrocious. They muddy together. It's just a really, really, really bad palette. I don't know why it's still in my collection. I really need to pass it on to someone that doesn't care about long wearing, someone that doesn't care about good pigmentation, things like that. I'm reading, Tina says, why does it seem like makeup is one of the hardest things to get rid of? Like we become attached to our makeup. LOL, I probably have makeup I should get rid of from way long ago, or maybe I'm the only one. You are not the only one, girlfriend. You are not the only one. Yeah, Krista says she's heard that Jessies Girl palette is awful. Amanda says Jessies Girl liquid eyeliners are holy grail, but avoid the brown and green liners. Those suck. The brown, they dry out faster. I found the colored ones. I haven't gotten the green one. I had the blue one. The blue one died on me. Which made me super sad. The brown one's still going, but it definitely, it's fading. It's fading. So Candace from Costa Rica, yay. Let's see. Sasha says, I try to pre-declutter in a way. Since I'm not a reviewer or YouTuber, I try to think about what I have before getting new ones. Bought some MAC lipstick shade twice, but only one matte and one satin. Yeah, that's the worst when you realize that you've already bought something. I've done that with julep nail polishes before, where I've accidentally ordered a julep nail polish that I already own, and it's like, ooh, oops, because I own so many julep nail polishes. All right, so now I'm going to jump into the next palette. Let's do, let's see. Okay, so let's go into these. Here we go, Wet n Wild. I'm not bringing out any of my smaller palettes. I have a bunch of Wet n Wild trios, but we're just going to talk about big palettes today, bigger. So these are the 8pan palettes that I own. This one is like amazing. If you don't own the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, I hope they never discontinue this thing. This thing is amazing. It is so good for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. Oh my gosh, just so worth the purchase. It's like $5 and it is just, it's holy grail status, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, it's just a wonderful palette. I'm going to go ahead and swatch down the right side, and I'm not even wiping off my brush in between because I want to keep going. Definitely tap off your brush before you apply these, though, because I'm not, and it's making a huge mess. All right, so there is down this side here, and that's what those look like. Hopefully you can see them. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go. Because I can't see myself. There you go. But yes, I mean, just yes, yes, yes. Doesn't muddy together. Very easy to use. Perfect example of why you get what you pay for at the drugstore is just ridiculous, because this is $5. It's amazing. There's no reason to buy junk drugstore eyeshadows. There's no reason. There's so many good things. Stephanie says Comfort Zone plus the Naked 2 Basics equals love. Agreed, agreed. Indigo Blue Beauty says Comfort Zone works for everyone. Agreed. And I see that she pictures representative of her. She has a deeper skin tone and she loves it. That's really important to know whether these work for multiple skin tones. So I appreciate your insights on that, because of course I only have one skin tone. Let's see. Can you get the Comfort Zone at Target? If you can get Wet n Wild, you should be able to get the Comfort Zone palette. They sell this at every Wet n Wild stand I've ever seen in my life. they sell that. So you should be able to find it. I do have these two that were limited edition Wet n Wild palettes. These were both really good. This one's called Nude Awakening and this one's called Going in the Wild. My friend Elisa, who made YouTube videos a while back, had bought these for me and sent these to me. And these were also really, really good. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them because they were limited edition, but man, they were good. Be careful of the white palettes. It seems the white palettes don't typically have the best quality. These, I think, were an exception. These were really, really good. All right. Teresa, we're going to get into next, and she mentioned it, the Carly Bible palette. She mentioned this. This is another excellent drugstore priced eyeshadow palette. This one, there's mixed reviews on this. I've heard some people say that this muddies on their eyes. There isn't enough range in the color selection, things like that. Personally, I absolutely love it. I do agree that there could be a little more range in the color selection. I completely agree, but it's really, really good. Really, really good palette. Now, I have tried some other BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. Actually, before we move on, let me do a little bit of brushing, a little bit of brush swatching for you real quick, because you've got to see this and how gorgeous it is. I'm just kind of popping these around. And if I need to, I have some makeup remover for my arm. Let me see. Oh, see, I'm going off the side of my arm. This is what I need to do. I'm learning how to swatch. After 3 years on YouTube, I'm finally learning the best way to swatch is like this. Because when I look at it, it looks different than when I show you. Is that working? Doesn't look like it's showing up, but I promise you it shows up on the eyes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Look at that. Here's one of the highlighters down at the bottom. But those are just really fast brush swatches. Just very, very nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. The only other BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that I've kept that I still love is down at the bottom. It's right here. This is the Galaxy Chic palette. This is a wonderful, wonderful quality eyeshadow palette right here. There you go. Very, very fantastic. Formulation is excellent. Excellent, excellent. Show you some swatches of these. If you like bright colored eyeshadows, these are wonderful. Very easy to blend, very easy to work with. I've had this palette forever, and it is fun. This is a shade called Asteroid, and it's like a mixture. It's like ends up being like a purple. It's like a burgundy mixed with a blue, and it's really, really, really nice. Use the Galaxy palette. You know what? It's not very usable, to be completely honest. You have to use this. This is a supplemental palette. This is not one you can just buy and use the palette. Like, you're going to have to dip into other shadows. So if you have like just a basic nude palette, just set that on the side. Use that for your transition color. Use it to darken up the outer corner maybe. But I mean, this is definitely not a standalone palette. You're going to need something else with it. But the quality of it is excellent. And I think it's only like 10 bucks or something. Like, it's really, really cheap. So yes, on this one. Every other BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette I have returned or given away. I had the Love, it was something love something. It was pink. Forever Love, forever something. Forever something. I gave it to my mother. I didn't like it. It was really, really powdery. And it was terrible. Oh, shadows work for me. I mean, this is the thing, is you can make them work for you, but do you want to? Do you want to make them work for you? If you don't, Forever Nude, thank you, Elise. I appreciate you. It was really pink plastic packaging, and it was just terrible palette for me. You can make it work for you, but if you don't need to make it work for you, why work? You know, why work so hard at your eyeshadow if you don't need to? You know, have fun with the colors instead of with the formula. I don't know. That's my opinion. All right, so. Okay, this is not a drugstore palette, but if you think about this, MAC totally messed me up, because when I think about drugstore eyeshadows, I think about L'Oreal Infallibles. Those are $6 a piece, right? Is anything that's $6 a piece as far as a single eyeshadow, that's drugstore to me. Now MAC just made their eyeshadows $6 a piece. So now is MAC drugstore now? Like, what? So my logic is completely gone at this point. So all right, so anyway, I was going to show you my Inglot palette. Even though it's not really drugstore, I didn't consider it completely high-end because the shadows are so inexpensive. Because if you think about an Urban Decay eyeshadow, it's going to be like 19, 20 bucks, right? So, you know, I considered this more drugstore-y. I don't know. So this palette, I got at IMATS. I actually purchased it twice because it was actually stolen out of my bag. That was another story. And my IMATS vlog, that story is in there. So I actually purchased this twice. So I probably spent about $100 on this palette because I did buy it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $60, $120 I spent on this palette because I had to buy it twice. And it's so not worth it. These shadows were so powdery for me, like really powdery. I lost my brush. Hold on a second. Really, really powdery. There it is. Just did not work. And I know a lot of people really love Inglot eyeshadows. They do not work for me. Like, it's not even there. And maybe it's because I chose, see that one, look, that one's really pretty. Maybe it's because I chose pastels, because I wanted to get like a spring palette. I wanted to make myself like a spring shade palette, but it didn't work. It's just they're very powdery for me. I don't know what's up with that. Just, oh no, oh no. Good morning, Julia. Welcome. Here's the dark brown, which is very nice, but I never reach for it because I don't feel like the shades perform very well. So it made me sad. It made me sad. I know that's not technically drugstore, but you know. I didn't mention it last week, so I figured I'd mention it now. Leslie says I use Inglot P395 for a highlighter, and it's beautiful. Holly says looks like Inglot quality has changed. This was from a year ago, so I don't know. I'm not sure, but I was not happy. So yeah. All right, so now let's move into, let's do Coastal Scents. I have a few Coastal Scents palettes. I have a lot of Coastal Scents palettes. This is one that I built myself. I don't know why there's one missing because it used to be full, but this was kind of my fall palette that I built. And there's one shimmer, the rest are all matte. I went through an all matte phase where I was like, I just want to wear all matte eyeshadows. I mean, look at that. This is, I mean, of course, I'm not doing any primer today. I mean, I really like these. I like these a lot. I think they're great. I don't know. And so this is my main Coastal Scent palette that I use. I do have a few Makeup Geek eyeshadows that I have in this palette. I'll show you them since I have them. This one is discontinued. This is actually one of my favorite Makeup Geek shadows ever. It's called Razzleberry. It's just such a fun shade. Watch this. Look at this. What? What is that? What is that? How does that even exist? It's so gorgeous. Like, how do you even use that? But I've used it for not St. Patrick's Day. What am I talking about? I've used it for 4th of July to do that red, white, and blue look. But oh my gosh, oh my gosh. All right, this one is called Semi-Formal. I think this is Makeup Geek. Hold on. That one doesn't seem to be showing up. I haven't used these in a while because they're in a palette that's not near me very often. Semi-Formal. That does not seem like a Makeup Geek shadow. That is not a Makeup Geek shadow. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but that's not Makeup Geek. Oh, no. I don't know how that snuck in there. All right, this one is Cinderella by Makeup Geek. This one's a pretty one. Why don't I use these? Why? I don't know if you can see that, but it's really pretty. Really pretty. Krista says, I love Makeup Geek. So sad I canceled my BoxyCharm this month and they sent out Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Yes. And you know what, though? Don't be too sad because I wore the duochrome on my eyes yesterday for filming and it did not, like, it was gone off my eyes. By the end of the day, it was like gone. Like, it was weird. It was weird. There wasn't a trace of it. You could see every other shadow I put on with the duochrome was nowhere to be found. Like, it had just hopped off my eyes and ran away and had a party somewhere. Like, it was gone. It was the weirdest thing, weirdest thing. So I'm gonna have to try it again with a different primer. I can't remember what primer I used with it, but I'm gonna have to use a different primer with it. All right, I'm gonna use the Balm's Makeup Breakup to clean off my arm a little bit because I wanna have a nice clean slate. I've got a towel down here that I'm wiping off on so we can swatch some more. It's a swatch party up in the house. All right. Drink some coffee. Let's keep on rolling. All right. My table's getting messy. All right, here we go. Coastal Scents. Revealed, revealed, revealed. We're revealing lots. Okay, here's revealed 1, 2, 3, and then the smoky is over here. Let me grab that. Oh, here's the smoky. Okay, these were all sent to me at either in BoxyCharms or Coastal Scents sent them to me. I really like these. These are good overall. My favorite one is a Revealed Smoky. It's really, really good. My least favorite one is a Revealed 3. It's pretty stinking terrible. It's not a good palette. I would not recommend that one. Revealed 2 is just kind of okay. Got some really good shadows, some really not good shadows. Revealed Original is a good palette. Not amazing, but really good. I would say if I were going to recommend any of these, I would say the Revealed Smoky. If these colors call to you, they're awesome. I would definitely not recommend. Let me show you. I should have just showed them to you as I was going through them the first time. This one, Revealed 3. Ooh, chunk of dunk, dunk, dunk. Chunk of dunk. Ooh. Ooh. So yes, that's kind of my quick rundown. I have reviews of all of these palettes. If you go to my videos and you search for Revealed, you'll find reviews of every single one of these. So, you know, just so you know. Krista says, Revealed 3 is awful. So much powder, but I like the rest as well. Bianca says, I got the smoky and boxy. Try my eyelids, eat those, even with a primer. Oh, really? Wow. And then Nancy says, Makeup Revolution or Revealed. Ooh, well, I just got a Makeup Revolution palette. Let me see if I see where it is. It's my very first Makeup Revolution palette, and I just got it last week. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. It's over in my drawer somewhere. Here it is, right here. While we're talking about Makeup Revolution, let's just bring it out. Let's talk about it. I would say that if you like the Revealed Smoky or the original Revealed, I would say those are worth the purchase. But this Makeup Revolution palette, it looks a little cheesy, but I'm telling you, it's actually really, really good. I'm very surprised. Let's do a little swatching of this. This is the Boys on Film, Girls on Film, not Boys on Film, Girls on Film palette. I'm just going to swatch some shades. I'm just randomly attacking some of these. These are the shimmer shades. And then on the bottom, they have matte shades. So those are all shimmery. And we'll get some of the mattes. Here is the cream color, the blending color. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, it mixed with other shadows. There we go. That's more representative. So there you go. Just, whoa. Really easy to use, very much worth a purchase. If you run into these and one of them calls to you, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Again, this is the first one that I've ever owned, and I just got it this week, so I'm still testing it, but this is the Girls on Film, and it is fab. Totally fab. Totally fab. All right. This towel is going to have had it at the end of this. Oh, man, that killed my arm. Look at that. It's like, no, I have to use my makeup breakup again because it's so stinging pigmented. Thankfully, this is very moisturizing. Flowercita. Hello, Jen. Love your channel. Hello. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you. Thanks for loving my channel. I appreciate it so much. Bianca says, I tried Mr. and didn't like smoky dupe. I got only because colors were wrong for me, but I'm going to try one of those other colors, other ones with more colors. Gotcha. Marianne says, hello, just got here. Welcome, Marianne. All right. Let's do, what else do I have? Oh, here's another Coastal Scents palette that they had sent me as like an add-on to something because I'm on their PR list for Coastal Scents. So they had sent me this as like a bonus. Thank you for doing a review, I think, of the Revealed 2 palette. And it's some craziness. Look at this guy. Look at this guy down here. I haven't ever used this shade, I don't think. But he's crazy looking. Holy moly. What is that? What is that? Why haven't I used you? Who are you and why haven't I used you? This is called Deep Eggplant. HP040. What is that? Coastal Scents. Get it, Coastal Scents. Get it. That's insane. It's got little glitters in it. It's got little silver glitters in it with it's like a night sky. Unbelievable. It's in my collection and I haven't used it. Look, I can't even wipe it off. This may be hard to work with though. You got to use this thing sparingly. Holy moly. I'm like wiping and wiping and it's just staining up my whole hand. Let's get it off of there. All right. So while we're here in this land, let's talk about, where did it go? Morphe. Let's watch the Morphes. Okay, these are the two Morphe palettes that I purchased. These were not sent to me for review. I purchased them. I built this palette. It's the weirdest color combination. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. These are swatching out beautifully today. Beautifully. My big thing about these shadows is that they don't last on me, where I feel like the Coastal Scents last longer on me. They sure are brush swatching beautifully, aren't they? So that's my only complaint about the Morphes, is that they tend to muddy together on me when I put them on the eye, and they don't last. But look at the pigmentation. It's gorgeous. The gold color, let me tell you, well, we've got the two of them. There's this one. This one is called Golden Glory. And then this yellow gold one is called Honey Baked. We'll go into, and you know what I've really found about these two is that the shimmery shadows are definitely more my favorites than the matte ones, at least from this. This is supposedly the old formula. Yeah, the Hot Pots do last on my eyes. They do. Summer says, I sold everything Morphe. They didn't make me happy. I have makeup that does make me happy. There you go. I'm just going to swatch some of these from this is the 35N palette. Swatch a few of these. I'm just kind of digging my brush in random colors here. So like I said before, Morphe is not a no brand for me. It's just not a yes, this makes me so excited brand, where I kind of expected that after all of the reviews. I expected them to be like blow you away amazing. They are good though. I would say they are good. They're good eyeshadows. It's not fantastic eyeshadows like I had expected. You know what I mean? So let's get rid of them. Mud. All right. I'm so glad I bought this. You know what? This is really, I want to try this against coconut oil and just see which one's better. This is the Bombs Away Makeup Breakup. And I got it on Haute Look. It was worth the purchase on Haute Look, I think. I think it was. Elise says the 35O palette seems to be a different formula. I've heard that too. And then Pancake says Morphe's shipping is way too high for me to try them. Yeah, I agree. It's very high. Flowercita says MAC Mellow Modern Eyeshadow Palette. I don't know that one. Never heard of that. Living Cavalier says, watching the review from Stephanie Nicole, I'm happy that I never purchased Morphe eyeshadows. If you're not following Stephanie Nicole, if you're not subscribed to Stephanie Nicole's YouTube channel and you're like a makeup geek, like you really love like learning about formulas and all of that, Stephanie Nicole is the way to go. Such a great channel. Such a great channel. And I'm mourning the loss of Redhead PhD on YouTube. I don't know what happened to Lauren, but all of her stuff is gone. And I'm like crying salty tears. Can't believe it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go into these. These are the La Palette Nude 1 and the La Palette Nude 2. Let's see. What is that? Sarah says, OMG, people, you have to try the Body Shop cleansing butter. It's fab. That's good to know. And then Maritza says, yeah, I love the review Morphe brushes. They're made by Crown Brushes. Yes, that's what I've heard. Elise says the same goes for Natasha Denona. The hype of those palettes drove me to never want them. They're so expensive too. Like I kind of wanted to get one just to review it, but it's like I don't want to spend $200. I know Krista Redhead PhD, she deleted all of her social media. I don't know what happened there. I could cry. It's one of my favorite channels. Nikki says, anyone try the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette? Thoughts? The general consensus is that it might be a different formula. So anyway, let's go into the La Palette Nude 1. I really like this a lot. I did a drugstore palette Smackdown where I talked about a bunch of different drugstore palettes that had come out at that time. and this was my favorite of those. I mean, this is just as good as the Morphe palettes. I would say it's definitely in the same family of awesomeness. Did I already swatch that one? Here's a light one. And I like the one better than the two because of my skin tone, but I can see why some people might like the two because of other skin tones. But that's the one. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful palette, and I would definitely recommend this if you like that more, the same quality as Morphe. This is pretty much the same. It'll give you a really nice look. They'll blend together pretty nicely, but by the end of the day, it does fade, and it's a little bit more difficult to work with than, let's say, a high-end eyeshadow palette. But it's very, very nice for a drugstore palette. Very nice. Honestly, though, like I really like these NYX ones. Like I feel like these are just as good as my high-end as far as the quality of them. And I feel like, honestly, this Wet n Wild one is just as good as my high-end ones, too. I do. Here's the La Palette 2. Yeah, I hope everything's okay with Lauren, too. Christy says, of course I was late to the party like a dummy. LOL, stupid breakfast needed cooking. I hate it when that happens, when you have to actually give yourself food. But yes, I feel like the L'Oreal La Palette Nude 2 is meant for deeper skin tones. Kind of show you some of these. I mean, look at that. What? Are you kidding me? What? Drugstore. What? Yes. I'm just going from right to left here. Just gorgeous. This was the first drugstore eyeshadow palette where I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. What? Are you kidding me? Just amazing. Really, really wonderful. Really wonderful. All right. So definite wins on those. Really like those a lot. See how they, if I rub, they fade away though? Because after a long day, they're kind of gone. But they'll give you a nice look for work or school. Just don't expect them to carry you into the evening. All right. Jen, Indy Kitty 1 says, Jen, per shadow Natasha Denona is cheaper than MAC. Yes, that's what I've heard. I have heard that because you get so many shadows in there, but it's still stupid expensive. It's a lot of money to spend on something. It really is. But I don't know if it's cheaper than MAC now that MAC changed their prices. I think that was based on MAC at a $10 price point. MAC is now a $6 price point. So I don't think it beats it anymore. That was a big move on MAC, moving to the $6 prices. That was huge. All right. These here, Hard Candy. I reviewed these, and I haven't touched them since I reviewed them. I haven't touched them. These were very drugstore-y. They were very, let me just show you. Okay. This was my least favorite. This is the Sassy Eyes. It looks like this. It's cute. The packaging is cute. But like I had so much trouble getting a good look out of this. This was really hard to work with, and it wasn't bad. It just was like not good. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and swatch some of these for you. Put this down. I mean, you can see the difference right away between that and the La Palette. It's like, where are they? Do they exist? I mean, I can't fake this stuff. You're watching it go on. And here comes the black. So that's what you're working with in this palette. What? What were you thinking? Did you swatch these before you put them in a palette? Like, what were you thinking? No, what? What even is that? What even are you? So I don't know why I still own this either. That needs to go away. I know, it's terrible. Okay, let's do the smoky eyes. It looks like this. Dropping stuff out of it. I mean, it's a cute idea, it's just not good quality. And I don't like their eyeshadow primer either. Eyeshadow primer does not work for me. I'm going to go through, I went through each one. I don't even know where I put that. I lost it. I mean, you saw the La Palette. I'm not giving this any special treatment. This one I felt like was my second favorite of these three. Well, my one in the middle, the one that was the least bad. See how it's got some pigmentation in a couple of the shades. The silver, tons of fallout in the silver. but that's supposed to be a deep purple right there. And this is the blue. So you've got a couple of shades that kind of work a little bit better, but still not great. So this needs to go out of my collection. There's no reason for that to still exist. There's no way I'm ever going to use that. There's no way. It needs to go to somebody that might use it. All right, see, gone. All right, Naturalize. This was my favorite of the three, but it's still like not amazing here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do some makeup breakup real quick just to make sure these are completely gone. I'm glad I have this towel. This is saving me. All right. So this one looks like this. This one I've used the most. You can tell because everything's missing out of it because I was actually opening it and using it. See, like that works. I can see that. This one actually, it's been a while since I've used this. Look at that. See the difference? This one I might actually start using again. I forgot that this one actually does work. I mean, it's not fantastic. It's not as good as the L'Oreal, but it does work. I mean, just a quality difference. You can tell. Say Ramaza says, look at your nail polish stack. I have a lot of nail polish. I do. I have a problem. I like colors. That's my problem. So this one's definitely the most usable. Definitely the most usable. This one can stay. This one will keep. I'm going to get rid of those other ones. See, this is turning into a decluttering video. All right. Did they look the same? Oh man, I erased them before I could say that. They don't really look the same, but they do muddy a bit. They do muddy a bit. All right. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna bring you some other good ones. Elf ones. I got these all together at the same time when they first came out. These are the Elf Mad for Matte, Party Ready, Everyday Smoky, and Need It Nude. I do have full reviews on these. These are really fun to use. Lasting power is not so good, but actually application is very good. The one that I love the best is the Need It Nude. I talk about this one all the time and how I compare it to my high-end eyeshadows. It's really, really wonderful. Holly says, that's why I love makeup so much. I do. I love colors. I know. The colors is the colors. Let's see. Steph says Hard Candy's bringing back the old school packaging she heard with the rings. Yes, I heard that. I saw that. That was on the show. Pancake says, yep, Hard Candy was like Urban Decay. Alicia Silverstone was all over them. Marilyn says, I want the Elf Mad for Matte waiting till I'm in the US in April. You know what? Good luck finding them in stores, though. That's the only thing is you can't find them in stores. I've never seen these in stores. I've only seen them on the website. So just be careful of that. Don't expect to see them in stores around you. I have to swatch this one for you. So just be careful. All right, let me show you. A lot of Elf eyeshadows are very bad. These are not. These are good. And these will last on my eyes all day. But you notice those three colors aren't that different from each other. This one has some gold undertones. I don't know if you can see that, but it does. It's got some gold sparkle. All right, we're getting there. Okay, so there you go. You saw them in Walmart, Julie? Awesome. Very cool. So there you go. So this one is really fun to use, and I really like this palette. I think it's a very good palette. I feel like if you are looking for an inexpensive drugstore eyeshadow palette, I would put this up with the NYX ones that I like. So yes, on that one. That one's a win. The other ones are good, but they just don't last. Swatch them real quick. Hopefully you guys are liking all these swatches because I'm about rubbing my arm raw. So I'm hoping you guys like these. Fizzy Pop says she misses the Elf Disney Beauty books. Oh yeah, I hope they come out with more of those. This is the Everyday Smoky. We'll start with the lightest shade and work our way. These I'm not even seeing those right now. What is up with that? I thought I remember this thing being better than this. That is not cool, man. What is up with that? It's been a while since I've used these because I know that they don't last. They just end up sitting. And if you get ready with me on Periscope, you know what I've been using. And these have not been the ones I've been using. There you go. Look at that black though. Oh, good, Spring. I'm glad that it's working out with the swatches. I'm glad you like them. So there you go. The top ones kind of disappeared. The bottom ones look pretty good. And the thing about live swatches that's cool is that you know that it's real because it's happening right now, you know? And Marianne says, Jen, love your raw arm swatches, LOL. Yeah, I'm not, that one wasn't as impressive as I remembered it. All right, Party Ready was my least favorite. Looks like this. Look at that white. That's a good one. I felt like this one lasted the worst. And it was kind of difficult to work with in the color selection as a complete palette. Like that blue. Oh, that blue though. This is a blue. What even is that? What even is that? I don't know. This is a purple. There we go. Purple, you can see. That blue's terrible. Here's a navy. Looks more gray. That might be because of my brush though. There you go. There's the Party Ready. Okay. Stephanie, you think they all have a pink red undertone? Really? You think? I don't know. No one doesn't. What's up, Amy? And Daniel, I agree. That blue is so blue. I don't know how to pronounce your name, 15. Does anyone know if the NYX Pro Contour palette is worth the price? I have NYX Pro Contour palette is worth purchasing. Plan on buying it today. I don't like the cream one. Let me show you the one that I have. This is off topic, I know, but is this one you're talking about? This one I don't really like. It's hard to work with and doesn't work great. It's workable, but like the highlight sits on the cheeks. This one's really difficult to blend. The only one I actually kind of like is this one here as like an under eye highlight, but I wouldn't purchase this. That's my opinion. But e.l.f. Prism palettes. No, I don't own any e.l.f. Prism palettes. Sorry. The NYX contour looks quite warm, in my opinion. Okay. All right. And then the last one of these e.l.f. palettes is the Mad for Matte. Looks like this. This one's really fun if you like matte shades. I can imagine my grandma would have loved this one. Like thinking about my grandma, like this would have been one I would have given to her. I'm like, yes, grandma. It's like her shades. This one definitely has warm undertones. But this one's pretty fab. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Pancake says, I got the Vera Mona palette from Ipsy. I actually like it. I swatched it. It swatched terribly, but I haven't worn it on my eyes yet. The Vera Mona palette. It's over yonder in my drawer. Here's the Vera Mona palette that from Ipsy. I haven't used it yet. But that's what it looks like. That's not drugstore though. That's indie. All right, so there you go. Mad for Matte. Very excited about that one. Yes. It doesn't last all day though, just warning you. At least not on my eyes. It does not last all day. All right. We definitely need some makeup breakup on this one. This one really stained my arm. And that's e.l.f., man. That's like a $6, no, it's $10 palette. $10. So my email address is JenLuvsReviews@gmail.com. Daniel says that Vera Mona palette looks kind of matte. I agree. It does kind of look matte. I was surprised how matte it looked. These here, these are by, this is Birthday Suit, and this is Rated X, and these are by Hard Candy. These were given to me in a giveaway that I didn't realize I was entering. There was a channel that I was subscribed to. It was a smaller channel, and I think her name was Jennifer. And And I commented on one of her videos and I didn't realize I was entering a giveaway. And next thing I knew, I'd entered the giveaway. So I was like, oh, I don't even know what just happened. But I was very thankful that she sent these to me. I haven't used them a whole lot. I really need to move them to the front of my my palette so that I can actually put some love into them. I don't know if these are still available or not, but these are swatching beautifully. And I never use them. And I don't know about lasting power because it's been so long since I've used them. But this is working very nicely. That gray didn't come out so good. So there you go. So this one is, that's this one. This one is called Birthday Suit. Walmart. Kivani, what about, what's at Walmart? I missed it. All right, so there you go. That's this one. And then this one is all sparkles. So I haven't used this one at all, to be completely honest. Samantha says, e.l.f. Prism palettes are the best in my opinion. What's all matte, Kivani? I'm missing it. I'm missing the pieces of this conversation. NYX highlight and, okay, thank you so much for filling me in. The NYX highlight and contour palette. Okay, got it. So this one's all sparkles. I'm not going to swatch this whole thing. I don't even think this is still available. But this one I was not impressed with. There's a black. I mean, it's just, oh, my black got in everything. Hold on. This one I wasn't impressed with. This one I should really pass on. I'm not going to use this one. Like, it's just not, this is not anything I would use. But it was very nice of her to send those to me. So that one needs to get passed on. Oh, is Birthday Suit all matte? Let me look. Yes, it is. It is all matte. All matte. Thank you, Kivani. I appreciate you. All right. How do we feel about including swatch eyeshadow palettes in giveaways? There are just too many that I would buy, swatch, and never use because of allergies. You know, I feel hesitant to do swatched eyeshadow palettes in giveaways. I've never done that. I think that if you, I was thinking about doing like a giveaway where it's the whole thing is that it's all stuff that I just don't use, you know, like, because people sell stuff that they don't use, so why not give it away, you know? I don't know. I think some people would be appreciative of that, but I think you'd have to make sure it was very, very clear that they were swatched. All right, we're running out of palettes here. We're almost done. Oh, we gotta do this fun one. You guys remember this? If you've been around for a while, I got this in a I got this in a Beauty Box 5 and I was like, what is this thing? Look at this. What is that? What is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Agape Love Girl Maria is here. She says she's just joining, just finished watching What's Up in Makeup and have a question for you. Will you be at a specific booth at IMATS? I'm going to be there with MBA Cosmetics. Awesome. You know what? I always stop by the MBA Cosmetics booth and drop your name. So I was like, oh, Maria's my friend. Like every time I see MBA Cosmetics anywhere. So yeah, so I will definitely I will definitely come by and say hi to you. I'm not at a specific booth. I'm not cool like that. I'm not cool like you. I don't get links up with companies and being at booths and things, but yeah, so it'll be good to see you though, Maria. I want to give you a big, big hug when I see you. We'll take pictures together and all that, and I can put it up on my Instagram and prove that I met you. If you're not following Agape Love Girl on Instagram and YouTube, oh my goodness, her Instagram is like Instagrammy, you know, where you have like the beautiful, perfect eyeshadow looks and stuff. That's the way hers is. Like, it's not mine, you know, but Agape Love Girl, she's right there. AGAPE Love Girl. All right, so let's swatch this crazy purse palette. This is by a company called Hot Stuff. It's an infomercial company. I got it in my box, in my what you call it? Beauty Box 5, and I was like, what in the world is this? But the shadows are actually really nice. They're actually really, really nice. They're pretty, and they last a long time. The lip glosses are useless, but they're really nice on shadows. Stupid little palette. All right, anyway, moving on. They're very nice. All right, so moving on. Okay, we don't have much left. This is it. Okay, one palette that I did not show you from my high-end collection was my Disney Cinderella collection from MAC. This, I feel like there might be something up with the formula of these. These are the only MAC eyeshadows that I own, and I was not super impressed. I'm going to swatch them for you real quick. Go off the drugstore for a second. There's definitely ones that I like more than others. Okay, so that was the Cinderella palette. Okay, and then this is, let's see, so we have Vapor, Floof, Omega, Quarry, Satin Taupe, and Stroke of Midnight, which I think was specific to this palette. So it's like, wait, what? So I don't know. I wasn't that super impressed. I mean, like, I really like Satin Taupe. That was the only one where I was like, yes. And I also really liked this one, this matte one. What was this one? Omega? No, Floof, I think. No. Quarry right there. I really like that one, but I didn't really like this one, the Omega one. And these were very similar for me. This one is Vapor and then Floof. They were just okay. You know what I mean? What happened, Kathy Murphy? Oh my gosh. Kathy Murphy, my friends. I'm so sorry. I don't know what just happened because I just missed it, but I'm so sorry. Kathy's my friend, and she lost somebody, and I missed it. If you're not here in the chat, everybody's saying sorry for your loss to Kathy Murphy. And she's like my friend. Oh, no. Sarah says if you use Painterly as a base, it makes a huge difference. Okay. Yes, and I have used Painterly as a base. I have. Oh, big hugs, Kathy. I'm so sorry. I love you, my Kathy Murphy. Kathy, I'm going to keep swatching, but just know that I'm still feeling sad in my heart. Even if I keep swatching and keep smiling, know that I'm sad in my heart, okay? Her aunt passed away. I'm sorry, Kathy. Oh, I hate it when that happens. All right, I need to like shake it off though. I'm so sorry, Kathy. Just know that I love you, okay? Hopefully I'll see you on Periscope and we can chat a bit, okay? All right, so anyway, I'm gonna keep going, Kathy, though. Mwah. Absolute Rose eyeshadow palette by JenLuvsReviews Cosmetics. This one is a really nice palette. I'm gonna swatch. I haven't had any losses in my family since I guess 2 years ago when we lost my husband's father. So it's been a while. One, two, three, four. Okay. So I got this palette at Ulta, and it's very nice. Very nice. Staying power is very good. It's a really nice palette. The only thing is the colors can kind of muddy together, so I definitely use this with other eyeshadow palettes. Let's compare that to the Blush Nudes by Maybelline. We're almost at, oh, we're out of time. Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock. Well, I only have these left. These only have 4 left. So maybe we can just bust through them real quick. Okay. Blush Nudes by Maybelline. This is an important one to do. We're not going to do all of them. I do have a full review of all of these, of this palette. So if you want to see the full review, really these muddy and the lasting power is not good. It's a really nice, you know what this is really nice for though? It's really nice for like teenagers or people that want a really nice light work look. So it's just, you know, it's okay. It's just kind of okay. Okay. All right. So there's that. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Sarah says, keep going, Jen. We're not going anywhere. Okay, cool. All right. And then this is a Revlon Not Just Nudes. I have the other one somewhere. I don't know where that went. I have both of these. This one is the Romantic Nudes, but I have the other one as well. I again have a review of this one. I think I have a full review of this one. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I think it might just be in my favorites video. But we'll show you. This one's just okay as well. I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase this one either. Kind of swatch a few of those. Just kind of powdery, kind of difficult to work with. If it calls to you and you want to buy it, I wouldn't say don't buy it, but I definitely wouldn't go out of my way to get it. So there's that. I agree, Liz. She wished we could hang out all day and talk makeup. So there you go. All right, good. Give him a wrench. That's why I have moderators, so I don't have to worry about it. Thank you, my moderators, for giving that. Supposedly, I guess there was a troll hanging out. I don't even know how they find these chats. How do they even find it? I don't even know. Okay. Thank you, guys. I have a few very, very trustworthy, awesome moderators. Thank you guys so much. All right, this is the Milani Must Have Neutrals Everyday Eyes. This was in my recent favorites and fails video. It was closer to the fail side. Do a little swatchy, and then we'll be done. We only have 2 left. We have 1 more after this. Again, not a bad palette, just kind of difficult to work with, and definitely doesn't last all day. Oh, Amanda. Daniel, you're hilarious. He said the troll wants to go under a bridge to scare some goats. The moderators, Sarah, we've got Summer, we've got Tabitha, we've got Steph, and I think there's 1 more. So you can see their little wrenches. I've made them moderators. They've been around forever. Tabitha's my production manager for What's Up in Makeup. So these are all like super trustworthy people. So, all right. Summer is constantly on the What's Up in Makeup app. She's like all over it. She's one of the reporters that scrolls underneath like every single week. And Steph is a Paralove and, you know, follows me on Periscope, and she's been on the Facebook group. I think she's been on the Facebook group quite a bit. But Steph's hilarious. I mostly know Steph from Periscope. She's amazing. So. Oh, and Nikki6543 on Instagram. Nikki's one of our reporters, and she's on Periscope. She's on the Facebook group. She's everywhere. So those welcome moderators. little intro to who our moderators are. They're just wonderful people. Yeah, Steph's everywhere. Steph's amazing. Okay, they're all amazing people. That's why they're my moderators. Not that if you're not a moderator, you're not amazing, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. All right. So anyway, yes. Summer is a wonderful member in the Facebook group. And Martika is Martha. Okay, I have to remember that. I have to switch that in my head. If I call you Martika, please don't get mad at me. All right, last one, 1103, is the Essence All About Grays. I got this in the in my Generation Beauty swag bag. Helen, oh, Helen is my Facebook queen. She's like the one. Didn't you start the Facebook group, Helen? I think Helen was the one that started it. She was like, hey, can I start a Facebook group? I was like, yes. She's like my number 1 over there. All right, hold on a minute. I got to do makeup breakup real quick. Get rid of some of these old ones before we do this last palette. Yes, thank you so much, Kivani. Kivani is Love Orchid Beauty. Yeah, come join us. If you're not following us on any other social media and you like these kinds of conversations, like we're all a big family now. We all know each other, and come join us and be part of our little fam. If you like Facebook, it's hashtag. If you like Facebook, it's /groups/What's Up in Makeup, and Periscope is JenLuvsReviews. You know, come hang out with us. It's fun. I want to do a podcast eventually. Maybe when I'm off of work. So there's the Grays palette by Essence, All About Grays. I really like Essence stuff. I think it's definitely worth it. This does last on me all day, as does the Catrice. Well, no, the Catrice does fade, but this one does last really well. But of course, it's a supplemental palette. It's all gray, so you have to use it with other palettes. But I really like a lot of Essence. A lot of Essence stuff is very good for me. So that's my entire drugstore palette collection of the ones that were not misplaced, because I know that there's a couple more that I'm missing. I know I'm missing the other, the other Revlon palette, because I do have the other Revlon palette somewhere. I don't know where it went. It's so weird. Sometimes, you know, these things elude me. Essence you can get at Ulta. Ulta sells Essence. Clean off my arm one more time. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today for my drugstore palette collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I do want to let you know that we are going to skip the chat next week. It's Easter Sunday, so we won't be around. We'll actually be at my mom's house for the evening chat. So what I want to do is, instead of doing the evening chat next week, or it's not really an evening chat, the 5 p.m. Eastern time chat, instead of doing that next week, we'll do that the following week, because of the Easter holiday. And I just, you know, people are with family and things, and I'm going to be with my mom's house, so we could do the morning, but you know, I don't know, it's just, it would be too difficult with, you know, getting the kids out of the house and everything to go see my mom. But yeah, so we're going to skip the chat next week. There will be a show, there just won't be a chat. And then the following week, that first week in April, we'll do the evening chat. Let me just make sure that we're good on that. The first, yes, so that would be the 2nd of April will be the 5 p.m. chat. So, and then the weekend after that, we're going to be at IMATS. So we'll have to see what we're going to do about that. And then the weekend after that, we're celebrating, well, Lila's birthday is in there. Lila's birthday is April 6th. So that that's going to be in there somewhere, and her birthday party is going to be the next weekend. You guys don't care about this stuff. Why am I even talking about it? Some of you might, I don't know, but got a lot coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, but we'll see what's going to happen on that IMATS. We probably, I don't know if we'll do a chat or not. Probably not. Well, maybe I could do a chat from the hotel room. We'll see. I don't know. I am going to be at IMATS on Saturday. So if you are going to IMATS on Saturday and you see me, please come up and give me big hugs and tell me hello, so I can take pictures of you with me, so I can put them up on my Instagram. So yeah, I'm saying so a lot. I need to end this chat before I say something dumb. Is what needs to happen. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. And I know Passover is not for a couple of weeks, so we won't say happy Passover yet. But thank you so much for being here and for being part of this. This was a lot of fun. And if you're watching this on the replay, don't forget to leave your comments and thoughts about these eyeshadow palettes down below. If you are in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness in the chat and you have thoughts about some of your favorite drugstore palettes, please leave those in the comments down below so we can all benefit from your expertise. And I want to thank you so much for joining us this week. You guys are awesome. Mad love, and we'll see you in a video soon, and we'll see you in chat in 2 weeks. Mad love. Bye.